Okay, so this is how we last left the website, whereby clicking on Ubiquity, Multimodality and Audio, we click the button and that will fill the label with both the number of the record we're adding and the tags we've just added. I mean, I'm not sure whether this will work, but I think it won't because I've switched off. No, it does work. So there it is. There's the paper we've added, and here are the tags we previously put in the box. Okay. Now the next thing we need to do is now to associate these tags with that paper. Okay, to associate this paper we've just added, which has got the record number 17, with these words essentially. But this, let's kind of look again in our Access database to just remind ourselves what we're really doing. Okay, these are the list of tags in the database currently. Remember, this audio does not exist in the database currently. That's a new one we added at this very moment. Okay, but the other ones do. So let's go back to the website. There it is, Ubiquity and Multimodality. These are two tags we got by clicking on the links, but audio is one we typed in ourselves. Okay, so what we will need to do is, we would need, as a consequence of this page, if somebody presses the button, the submitting of the tags, we would have to add another tag into this tag table, which would be audio. But then after that, we would have to associate those tags, Ubiquity, Multimodality and Audio, with the papers table, with the record in the papers table, which is paper 17 FFF, which is the last one we added. Okay. Now then, the way we do that is we go into the junk tags papers table, and we just have in this kind of column, we have a link to a record in the tags table, and in this column we have a link to a record in the papers table. So remembering that in practice what would happen is this, which is what we would want to happen. Okay, we would want to happen that that Ubiquity gets associated with this paper we've just added, FFF. We would want Multimodality to be associated with FFF. Okay, and we would also want to add a new tag, audio, into tags, and then associate audio with FFF. That's kind of things we would want to do. Let's delete these for now, because we don't want to do it via the Access interface. Remember, although in Access in this table you can see these words, multimodality, ubiquity, study, whatever, these are not really those words. These are just links to records containing the words in those fields in other tables. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do. We're going to be adding the audio tag into the tags table, and then we're going to be making an association between paper number 17 from here with the numbers of the tags here. So like audio is going to be 4 almost certainly, and then therefore so paper number 17 needs to be associated with tag 1 and tag 2 and tag 4. That is ultimately what it's all boiling down to, what we're going to be trying to do to get these tags associated with that paper. Okay, so reminding ourselves of that, now let's go back into the coding. Okay, so as you see, of the tags which appear here that we were dealing with, 2 are old and 1 is new. Okay, now this does have implications, because we've got to associate both the old tags and the new tag with paper 17. So the first thing we have to do inside in our program is to actually work out which of those tags are old and which of those tags are new. Okay, so let's remove this line, label 1 text equals article ID value, and this line here, because this was just for us to test ourselves, just to make sure that we could correctly pass over, okay, these things. But let's just say that dim article ID equals article ID field value. Okay, and could like dim tags the user entered equals tag field.text. Okay, so we create our 2 variables now. So now what we need to do is work out which of those tags are new, which of those tags are old. Okay, now probably the easiest way to find out, I mean, one way we could do is to split up all those tags into individual words and do a database search for each of those words and see if they're already in the tags table. But that, if you imagine that later on, as this database becomes larger, potentially there might be 100 tags and in the database, and so and also the user themselves might have typed in a number of tags. So if we were to go through every single one and check if it's in the database, that could be tedious. What we could instead do is just get all the tags from the database and combine them into one string, and then for each of the tags just see if they appear inside of the string, and if they do appear inside the string, then we know that they already exist in the database. So with a lot of this stuff, we can actually reuse the code we've got at the top, because we're going to just be selecting all the tags. It's going to be slightly different. I'm going to copy and paste all of this, although, as I've said before, copy and pasting is not a good idea. What we will do eventually later on is we will refactor the whole thing to actually make a lot of this code a little bit cleaner. But for the purposes of teaching you these things, I'm going to just be programming very, very grimly by copying and pasting at the moment. Now then, so we're going to be able to we're going to find out all the tags in the database, and we're going to concatenate them all into a single string, just in order to check which of these tags are new, which of these tags are old. Okay, so let's just group this stuff together a bit. I'm just going to get rid of the new lines. Okay, so now so dim OLED beacon. Okay, select tag from tags. So let's we're going to create an empty variable, dim all tags concatenated. Okay, and then what we're just going to, db read. Remember what we've done. We've made a connection to the database. We've opened the connection. We've created a query, created a command object. We've created a reader. Okay, and then and we're going to use the reader to go through all of the records returned by this query. Select tag from tags. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to concatenate all of these tags into one string. So all tags concatenated equals all tags concatenated ampersand db read dot item open bracket quote tag. Okay, so that will go through all the fields in the database, all the records in the tags table of the database, and just link them all together into a single string called all tags concatenated. Okay. Now then, what we want to do after that is we need to kind of split. We need to now go through all of the tags in the tags the user entered. Now, a well-known function in virtually all languages, all programming languages, is the function split. The function split can take a string, and based on what is called a delimiter, namely a character or a substring, it can break up the text into an array of items depending on the delimiter. Now in our case, the delimiter will be the space. I mean, we basically put words inside that tag field and separated them by spaces. Okay, so what we can do is split that text using the space as the delimiter. So we could say something like this: dim tag array equals tags the user entered dot split open bracket, and there are a number of different ways you can do this, but we're going to make the separator as a string. Okay, and I'm just going to put a quote and a quote, and that's just going to be a function which will turn tags the user entered, which is a single string, into an array of strings. Okay. Now then, what we're going to do is we're going to go through that entire set of strings, and just for now, just to show you that it works, I'm going to put them into two we'll put them into two different strings, new tags and old tags. So I'm going to say, so dim new tags equals nothing, dim old tags equals nothing, dim tag array is totally useless. Now I'm going to do a loop for I equals 0 to tag array dot length -1. Okay, arrays in most languages, including now VB.NET, are usually 0 index, so they start at 0 and they continue up to the number less than the length of the array, such that, sort of like an array has 6 elements, namely 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so therefore the length of the array -1 gives you the last item of the array. So now what I can do now is say that for 0 to tag array length -1, if there's a lovely little function in VB.NET called contains. If all tags concatenated dot contains open bracket tag array, and this is going to be item I. Okay, the 0th, the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. If all tags array concatenated contains tag array, meaning it's in the list of tags, then new tags equals new tags and a space and tag array I. Okay, else, okay, so it's not in the list of tags, old tags equals old tags and space and tag array open bracket I. Okay, so that means that if it's it's in the list of tags, it'll go into the if it's not, contains, oh damn, I've got it the wrong way around. It should be old tags. Old tags equals old tags and tag array. So if it is contained, if old tags does contain it, but if not, new tags should have it. Okay, sorry, I got that wrong. Anyway, so that should work. And then just to prove that we're working, we can say what I'm going to try to do is say that sort of like label 1.text equals old ampersand old tags and space and space new colon and new tags. Okay, so we're just going to do that simply. We're not turning them yet into. This is just a way to try to find out which of these tags are old tags and which of these tags are new tags. Now, in the example we gave there before, the audio was the new tag and the other two were old tags. So let's just check if that will actually work. So let's go to new article. Let's put in another article again. Okay, so I think I'm up to now GGG as being the latest new article type. Okay, so hopefully hurry up. Okay, so here it is. So GGG, add article entry to database. Okay, so that's coming in. Now I'm going to type in ubiquity multimodality and I'll type in audio again. Now I'm hoping now that if I press the button, it should tell me which of these are new and which of these are false. Yes, old ubiquity multimodality, new audio. Okay, so that's worked. That's fine. Now then, the next thing we therefore need to do is when we've got an old tag, we look. No, just go start with new. When we get a new tag, we add it into the tags table. Okay, and then we associate the new tag with the the record, which is number 17 if you remember rightly, or probably number 18 by now. If it's an old tag, we find out where it is and then associate it. Okay, so let's do that in the next video.